Alright. Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Kazuko Sama's I Know. 2 videos in one day. Holy crap. We haven't seen you since January of 2025. And now it's almost the end of April of 2025. Like I said in my previous video, I've been super busy with real life stuff. Making sure that I can actually still support myself. So, got a little side job to make sure that I can keep my stuff on, keep my phone and stuff on. But now I'm back. I got some free time, so I'm recording a video. Today we're watching a video by the Curl King. So make sure you go to his video, or it's the Curl King's second account, the OmniKing. So make sure you share his videos to a group. Make sure you like, you subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for both of his channels. Today he's talking about the disturbing truth that vegan teacher and her hate cult. Ooh.
It's time to expose the truth about
And I'll
veganism.
pause it and talk about my bits and whatnot. So this right here is during one of her protests that she was
Just because pigs
basically
and chickens might
naked.
have more
I
space
don't
in
know
a
this
homestead
dude. I
environment
don't keep
does
up
not
with him.
therefore ethically justify
But he's
exploiting
another
and
really
killing these
bad
animals.
vegan.
Here, she's talking about
And the
something that
vegan
happened to her
teacher on
a
the
long
worst
time
ones of
ago
all.
that she suffered through. My question is this. If you don't like the fact that you were pinned down and assaulted, why do you pay people to do this to other females?
I fucking hate
Well, for one, the reason why we humans pay, one, there's a specific reason why we have duck season, deer season, rabbit season, is that if these populations are allowed to get out of control, yes, humans, we've ruined our fair share of not economics, but economies where animals live, forests and stuff. But if rabbits, deers, and all the other vice versa prey gets out of hand, then we're going to lose a lot more ecosystems than what we humans get just to make houses and stuff. Rabbits, we all know rabbits multiply like there's no tomorrow. A rabbit population can go from 2 to almost 500 in almost a year. Now imagine that many deer, rabbits, and ducks all in our stable in our stable environments where they need the food that it takes, or the plants that it takes to keep a forest alive. Bunnies, deers, while they may be cute, if left unintended, they will accidentally destroy. That's why we have duck, rabbit, deer, crocodile, whatever hunting. Well, crocodile's a whole different thing, but this is why we have prey hunting. No, you can say the same thing for humans because we can be prey and predators, depending on what type of animal we're going after. But that still doesn't affect. Before I get too much into it, let's continue.
children. They literally make me sick. When I see babies in a commercial, I start to gag and almost throw up, and I have to look away and mute it. And when I see babies in a stroller, especially when they're crying, I just want to put my foot through the fucking thing and step on it until it's nothing but blood
God,
and
why
pulp
is this
on the
guy
fucking
so
pavement.
violent?
Most people believe that veganism is nothing more than a restrictive dietary choice that excludes all animal-based products. Meat, dairy.
The fact that the vegan teacher is supposed to be this vegan, but she was called out by Call Me Chris with her use of non-vegan markers.
Eggs, leather, wool, and yes,
Oh, and also congratulations to Call Me Chris and Oompaville. I watched both of them for years upon years, and here recently, the internet found out they got married.
even honey. However, those in the
congrats to their
deeper inner
marriage.
circles of veganism believe that it is more than just a dietary choice, but an ethical and moral philosophical position.
All right. If you want, he's putting in a summary, but if you want to read the actual definition, veganism is a way of living in which seems to exclude, as far as is possible and practical, all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose, and by extension promotes the development and use of animal free alternatives for the benefit of animals, humans, and the environment. In dietary terms, it denotes the practice of dispensing with all products derived wholly or partially
that
from
seeks to
animals.
do the least amount of harm to animals as humanly possible. These two separate beliefs give us two objective categories of vegans: the normal ones and the preachy loudmouths that most people can't stand, like that vegan teacher, Tosh Peterson, and Earthling Ed. While it is perfectly fine, like any religion, to have your beliefs, it becomes an issue when these beliefs are weaponized to insult and criticize other people publicly or online. This is exactly what all the main faces of veganism have done for the last several years. While people like Vegan Booty / Tosh Peterson are very blatant, belligerent, and proactive.
You see, not too long ago, Tasha, or Vegan Booty, or the vegan teacher's daughter, has gotten like some sort of deal from several states, or from her, even her own home state, seeing that she acted up like this again in like a matter of months. I think the time frame has already passed. She would get arrested, which now she's back to her antics. I think that time frame has been up. Either that, or she'll be arrested very, very soon.
You have others who are a bit more subtle and charming, while they
I
call you
won't
an
try to pause
animal
the video
abusing,
much,
immoral piece of
but I don't
shit
want to
like
talk
Earthling
over
Ed.
him.
And naturally, the majority of people in this category support PETA, people exterminating the animals, which is extremely ironic. To truly understand the correlation between the annoying vegan category and religion, you have to understand the expectations for inclusivity. For many vegans in the inner circle, it is never enough to just be vegan. You have to be perfect.
You
Follow
have
their
to
exact rules,
yell
dance how they
and
want you to
basically fight
dance, and
everyone who's
never
not
allow
vegan, and
yourself to
call
slip
everyone
in any way.
the
If you don't, you're guaranteed
HITLER
to be
of the
criticized and
Anarch
shunned for not
of
being
Germany during
truly
World War II.
vegan
I
or
don't want to
vegan
say his
enough for
name.
their
One,
taste.
I'm not big on the
There are
channel, so I'm
countless
not that good to
examples
YouTube,
of
and I
this,
could get
including
demonetized
some
easily.
from that vegan teacher's very own comment section. So this was a video where
Yeah, see
that
right
vegan
there.
teacher used AI to
You know
effectively
who?
say that
Let's look at that real
where
quick. You know who supported branding sentiment beings as property? She's talking about how he did undescribable things to Jews. Put sentient being in gas chambers again. Mainly Jews, blacks, everyone who wasn't a German, basically. Exploited the innocent, he did, but it's not the same case as human doing to livestock. It was cruel without justification. He had his justification, but that justification was all fucked up. Speciesism, speciesism, it's a whole different thing. It's supposed to be like racism, but against every single species on the planet. Never actually stopped eating animals despite repeated claims. We don't know if he did. We don't know if he didn't. He acted politeness, but politeness is an adjacent to kindness, but it's also not. Just because someone's polite doesn't mean that they're actually kind. But most polite people are very kind, and I very much doubt that you know who was not polite. Normalized injustice, his propaganda made cruelty seem acceptable. Again, that was only to the Axis, not the Allies. Adolf Hitler turned a blind eye to suffering. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. There's nothing to say against that. It's never taught to be kind to animals. It's hard to teach a person who committed people genocide. I mean, I'm not even going to lie. I eat meat. I eat meat every day. My dogs eat meat. My dogs get chicken livers, chicken necks, gizzards, um, uh, pig neck bones, pig's feet, and some dog food mixing that with rice and fruits and vegetables. But here soon, if we can, me and my father, we're going to get them on a full raw meat diet. I don't give a shit what these fucking vegans try to say. I don't care. Oh, blah blah blah. You're harming the animals. You're harming other sentient beings. Huh. With humans with their billions of neutrons running around their body into their brain, most animals barely have close to what we have. There are, I can't say all of the animals because there's a few that has a lot of neutrons and shit that our human brain possesses, but some actually even exceed ours, like whale, certain type of whales, dolphins, and crab. But that's only a very few. Now, livestock like cows, chickens, pigs, so most of them are born to be fed, to be eaten. That's why they're done. And despite what you say, taking eggs from chickens, you realize the only really eggs they take from chickens most of the time is eggs that are fertilized being sold to other people, or eggs that did not get fertilized that they sell to stores and we make into scrambled eggs.
Where that vegan teacher used AI to effectively say
Oh
that
yeah,
everybody
she's
is
basically trying
equivalent
to
to
justify
Hitler. And this
AI as
person
like the word of
comments,
God. She
"Hi,
had to
normal
had
vegan here.
she
How is this
tried
helpful? Do you
Superman.
really think comparing people
You think Superman, well, not Superman. She has been using an AI Superman to try and promote her veganism. She's tried to use AI and period like the past few months, I guess, to try to bring up her claims, try to bring up her beliefs and force them upon each other. And like saying here, hi, normal vegan here. How helpful do you think this really is comparing people to one of the worst dictators in history going to do anything? Her justification is that, well, he ate meat and he killed millions of sentient people. Why are you doing the same to animals? Because they're bred for it. And it's
to
not
one of
like
the
they get
worst
put down
dictators in
painfully.
history is going
From
to
what I
do
know, a
anything?"
lot
This
of them get
brave person here
put down
challenges that
peacefully.
vegan teacher's belligerent and aggressive conduct, and instead of being met with a genuine response, perhaps even a reasonable rebuttal, they are effectively told that they're not actually vegan if they don't agree that people are equivalent to Hitler for eating meat. Now, obviously, this would be a logical fallacy if I only use this extreme example from a very clear basket case who even
You know what? I dare. I'm even going to ping the vegan teacher down here and listen to her rant about me and my dogs eating meat. I eat pork chops, burgers, turkey meat, um, cheese, milk, all the animal food products that's able to be served for humans. I eat. I think I got some shrimp in my freezer. I got some nice chicken. I got pot roast that needs to the pot roast meat. I got some hamburger meat for burgers, turkey meat for hamburgers too. That's actually pretty good if you cook it right. Um, all these deer meat because my uncle he hunts deers and he gives us meat. We got some boar meat. We got some deer jerky, which is basically beef jerky but made with deer, and I love eating it. And my dogs, they eat the organs because they're not carnivore or omnivores like humans. Yes, they can eat only a certain amount of vegetables, but they can't eat all vegetables like basically humans can. Now, fruit, there's a bunch of fruit that you can also feed them, but meat is the one of the best foods to give your dogs.
sticks out like a sore thumb within the vegan community. But no, there's more. much, much more. Here's a fairly known figure. You may have heard of her. Billie Eilish,
Billie
a very
Eilish.
famous singer and songwriter from the United States. Some of you may have not known this, but he's vegan and has been for a while.
Oh,
To the
yeah,
vegan
I didn't know
community,
that.
she might as well be one of us evil animal-abusing carnates because on rare occasions, she will eat a non-vegan approved animal product for her health and personal reasons. Billie
It's been proven that full vegan diets are not healthy for the human body. Same the way it's not healthy for a dog's body. Dogs are carnivorous. Yes, they can eat some plants, but they mainly have to eat something that has meat. If you look at the ingredients on dog foods, they're made of processed meat as well, upon a bunch of other stuff. They, we, we can kind of survive on it, but the more you do it, the more dangerous it can be.
Billie Eilish, the popular singer and songwriter, has been a prominent advocate for veganism. However, she faced backlash from some members of the vegan community when she revealed in a 2020 interview that she wasn't 100% vegan. Eilish mentioned that her diet might include non-vegan food sometimes, despite her ethical beliefs, which led to criticism. Some vegans saw her as a not fully committed to the lifestyle and argued that she was not representing veganism in a strict, purist way.
Which is
This
bullshit,
kind of
just
judgment
because
isn't
she has
uncommon
to,
in the vegan
because it
community,
says
where
she
some
has to
individuals
eat
believe that being
or
vegan
not
should be an
has to, but she
all-encompassing
eats
lifestyle
eat
and not just about
sometimes
diets.
for her
So yes,
health.
you can be vegan
Right there
and still be
telling
shunned
you
and excommunicated from the
that
cult, even if you
just
share the
eating,
same beliefs as
just
them.
being
Now, some might
vegan is
think to
very dangerous
themselves
for
that because
yourself.
she was sparsely consuming animal products, that would make her not vegan. This logic is extremely flawed
And I
because not only
completely
does
agree
this
with you,
definition of
OmniKings.
veganism clearly state that it is not a focus on being perfect, but doing the least amount of harm to animals as possible, but vegan activists within the circle have stated this clearly themselves, when it was convenient, of course.
Chris is right that this kind of marker is not necessarily vegan, and it's very hard to find vegan markers, as we found later.
Alright, well then find vegan markers! Because you holding that marker right there, now, in your own words, you're promoting hurting animals to make stuff. No matter how hard it is to find, do your own beliefs. Find a fucking vegan marker.
Thank Chris actually for that. Thank you for pointing that out. And you know, we all do things that are not vegan. We're not even aware of them.
Yeah,
I've been
old
vegan
lady,
for 5
you
years.
used to
What
be
are you
a school
suggesting
teacher
exactly?
who's
That
unrelevant.
nobody should paint their
The
shirts
only
at all in
big-
case the
the
paint
only
is
views
vegan.
you're
And,
probably
and
getting
you know,
is
no
people who
items
hate watching you.
should be painted
Now, no
anywhere.
disrespect,
Like,
you still
this
got
fabric
more
here. I don't know if
subscribers
that's
than
a
me.
vegan fabric.
I don't give
know.
a shit.
What's on your mind, Dion?
A sensitive skin. Now how Old Spice
Sorry,
total
guys,
body
I don't have
isn't on
YouTube
it.
Premium, so-
Gabby, is there anything you want to
Additionally, it is unreasonable to exclude someone from an identity because on rare occasions they did something that contradicted the identity. Because if that were the case, no one would be able to call themselves vegan. But that is a discussion for
Exactly.
later in this video. Moving on, Alicia Silverstone, a well-known actress that played a lead role in Clueless, is also a staunch vegan and animal rights activist. Her crime against the cult, you might ask? Wearing non-vegan approved leather. Alicia Silverstone, the actress known for her role in Clueless, has been a longtime advocate for veganism and animal rights. However, in recent years, she has also faced criticism from some vegans. For example, in 2018, she faced backlash when she
What
was
people
seen
don't
using a
realize
non-vegan
is that they
item,
think fake
specifically a
leather
leather
is so
jacket,
good.
at a public
Real
event.
leather,
Despite her
unlike fake
long-standing
leather, will
commitment to
survive a
veganism,
lot
some
longer.
critics felt that
I
her
have
use
a
of leather and
wallet
other
from
animal
my
products
grandfather that's he's had for almost 60 years, plus my 4, 6 years that I've had it since he passed. This wallet has been restored because my grandpa lived through the 1980s or 1990s Category 5 tornado that ripped through Moore and all that. But it's still older than me. I'm only 20. My peepaw's gone, and this wallet has been around, and I haven't even need to get it repaired or anything. That's just how good leather is.
Contradicted her principles, leading to the
Now,
not
fake leather
vegan
probably
enough
would
criticism.
only lasted
Obviously,
less than
I'm no
10 years.
fool, and I can see the
Oh no, I
surface
never
level
had any fake
contradiction.
leather.
Leather is made with animal hide, which is a big no-no in the vegan community. However, it has been proven that traditional synthetic leathers, common vegan alternatives, are significantly more damaging to the environment and animals to produce. So by the logic of veganism, using regular leather in comparison to the synthetic alternatives should actually be the more vegan option. Hooray for Alicia. The real leather lasts significantly longer and doesn't require constant replacement. You could buy one leather handbag and have it for 15 years. Whereas with the faux leather garbage, you'll need to replace it every 2 to 5 years.
Yeah, see, exactly like that. Synthetic lager bag, only 2 to 5 years with proper care. Leather can actually go a lot longer than 15 years with this over 60-year-old wallet, leather wallet I have.
Exponentially increase your carbon footprint and overall harm to animals. How ironic. Now, fortunately for vegans, it doesn't stop here, because Alicia was also a pioneer in the usage of cactus leather, which is a significantly more sustainable vegan alternative to traditional leathers. However, cactus leather, of course, comes with its own sea of challenges. The internet and vegan activists try to lie to you and say that it isn't made with any harmful chemicals, which is completely false. In fact, less than 50% of the actual product is made from cactus. The rest, plastics. However, this is still considerably more sustainable, as it lasts for nearly as long as traditional leathers, and no animals are directly killed for its production. The only drawbacks are the price and the fact that it's made with plastics. So at the end of the day, what does all this tell us? Well, it's simple. To be a part of the cult of annoying vegans, you have to share the exact same beliefs as them, wear the same clothes, eat the same food, and be as preachy and annoying as humanly possible. You can also never slip, or you'll be tarred, vegan feathered, and totally humiliated. Which is a joke, by the way. They don't actually do that, as far as I know. There's a question. A lot of people wonder about, well, probably a lot of questions that people wonder about annoying vegans, and that's if they actually care about animals, or if it's all this propaganda bullshit just coming.
Well, some of them do it for propaganda bullshit and attention hunting, and some do fully care about the animals. I don't know about the vegan teacher, because it looks like she just wants both. She wants something just to nag and cry about, just to stay relevant. If not, she would have fully died out not too a few years ago. With the fact that she's been basically banned on all other platforms except for YouTube. Now, YouTube taking her down is some other bullshit.
Coming from a place of moral superiority. The holier than thou, the I'm better than you because I don't eat animal flesh mentality. Well, I want you all to consider something. Annoying vegans view meat-eating carnists in two ways, regardless of how much you consume, or even if you're a staunch vegetarian that only eats honey occasionally. You're either A, uneducated, or B, an immoral piece of shit subhuman genocidal maniac worse than Joseph Stalin and Hitler and Jeffrey Dahmer.
And this is where we'll leave the video off. I want to talk about a few things myself. Oh, yeah. Thing is, let me see. How many platforms has the vegan teacher been kicked off or banned on? So, there was TikTok. How many? I should probably put how many platforms. So, it's not released how many places that she's been banned off of, but the main one is TikTok, and I know she's been banned on other at other places. Let's do the There's hang on, I had a misspelling. The vegan dog. Are you kidding me, keyboard? Come on. The vegan daughters lawsuits. So the vegan teachers lawsuit has a bunch of lawsuits, and she even got a deal from her own. Let's see if we can find it. The vegan teachers, you, YouTube. Let's see if we can actually find her. Oh, I think it's on TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I don't use it. But anyways, just pull up the vegan teacher. Like even Canada doesn't really want her. Let's just go through a bunch of videos that she herself has posted. Now, don't subscribe to her. Don't like her videos. We want her to go to shit. But let's see. She has I prayed to Jesus, which is kind of funny because there's been many times that she said vegans are better than Jesus, than God and Jesus and stuff, and that she thinks Christianity, because she even mocked the Pope. Like, see right here. Thank God he's gone. It's so frustrating, mainly because, mainly, mainly because Christianity, the Lamb of God, perhaps, wine, whatever, saying that it's a great cause that he died, which is not true. So she's got more. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that. There's this video right here. August the Duck apologizes to the vegan teacher. He did it as a fluke. He didn't actually.
I knew I was underwater.
I'm pretty sure he didn't.
I just didn't realize I was this underwater. If you're stressed about.
We're back. Apologies.
He was faking the apology.
Animals. Over the last 45 years of my life. Or so. Apologies for the lack of integrity.
So yeah, see, even you can hear the voiceover. This is such bullshit because it's very obviously that she's voicing over, putting words in his mouth. I love August the Dog. He's never fucking do this. He's talking right now. What he's actually talking about is his sorry for not uploading as much as he usually does due to power outages and a bunch of other stuff.
Vegan teacher was right all along. But I finally watched all the documentaries that vegan teacher told me to watch, and now I know she was right all along.
You are not right. Stop acting like you're not going over August the Duck's words.
So, been a rough time over here. But now we know that
So, make sure if you do watch her videos, thumbs down. Make sure you thumbs down her videos, because who gives a shit? But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll try to get videos out more.